I guess just hi, what's up? How are you? This is my first YouTube video and I kind of want to explain what I'm doing. I don't really know how to do makeup. I used to do creative makeup back in the day. But like special effects, but I didn't really, I think, was I allergic to latex? Maybe. I don't know. I don't remember. I don't know how to do my hair.
Oh, really?
Don't really know. I mean, I know how to straighten it and put it up, but I see so many people have such cool hairstyles I would never think of, and it's so creative, it's awesome, and I kind of want to learn from it. I have plain ones, but these are my mom's, and she loves these. But I think I'm gonna go with that one because I don't really like the blue as much as oh my god, these hurt. Ow, the plastic. I could lie to you and say I prepped my face. I did not. I know people are like so adamant on prepping your face. It's fine. I'm not going anywhere. This makeup could be expired. It's fine. If I have an allergic reaction, I'll be fine. I kind of want to talk about today a random topic. You know how people are all about protecting their peace and, you know? Which, yes, absolutely you should protect your peace. That's an extremely important part of life. However, I think people are using that as an excuse to be and cut people off, basically. And I don't mean that in a bad way or like a really demeaning way, because I get why people do these things. But for example, when things get hard in like a relationship, I have a lot of redness on my face, which honestly in this lighting it doesn't look as bad.
Here comes the smolder.
Which I'm surprised at. I know my mirror's a little dirty. Don't judge me. I don't know how to work color corrector, but people use it. So we're just gonna kind of I see people put it on under their makeup. Most of my redness is like here, my forehead, a little bit maybe. People will use protecting their peace as an excuse to cut people off or to run away from a relationship when things get oh my god, I put it in my eye. When relationships get too hard. And you know, like I think part of this is people always, oh my god, that's kind of nice. On camera you can see more of the green, but holy my thoughts are everywhere. I'm so sorry. I was so excited to film this, and when I get excited I'm like, you know the kid from Wild Thornberrys? Me. Like so excited I can't contain myself, and I'm just so scatterbrained, even though girl, we're fine, we're good. But people will use protecting their peace as an excuse to leave. I've already said that 5 times, but it kind of reinforces almost a victim narrative, if that makes sense. I look so great, oh my god. So like for example, if a partner like brings up, hey, you do this behavior and I'm noticing it, it's not healthy, can we talk about it and try to grow together? Or if that try to grow together, but then the other person gets offensive and they're like, you always bring this out of me and you're always making me mad and disrupting. And it's like, sir or ma'am, if you're getting offensive, that not only corrects that. I get like people getting offensive, like, oh, that's not true, why would you say that about me? I get that to an extent. Hi Normie, that's my baby. Please don't knock over my table, bro, it's broken already. Oh my god. Should I show the products? Oh my god. Well, this is so dirty. Kylie Cosmetics skin tint. 1N, because I'm white as you know, like pale Victorian child. Oh, that went on my sweater. It's okay. It's okay. The partner will be like, they'll completely flip the script, you know, and blame it on the person bringing up a concern. Like a pretty valid concern, like, hey, if we're gonna be in a relationship to last, baby, it's not gonna be easy. we gotta talk about the stuff we notice. Because sometimes when we're so in our own world, we don't notice. And that's okay. Like, how are we gonna know unless we point it out? Because acknowledging something, a behavior, a pattern, that's part of learning it. You know what I'm saying? Like, so if partner's like, hey, I notice in conflict you shut down, you get angry, and you're extremely avoidant and dismissive. And the partner, I think this is really green on camera. Oh my, we're gonna keep going. I don't know if I'm making any sense at all. I'm so sorry. And almost, what's the word? What can some people do? Sometimes gaslight, manipulate, and say, well, it's your fault because you brought it out of me and I was completely fine. Sir, what? That sounds like suppressed childhood trauma that you can't even talk about. I look stupid. What was I talking about? They want the appearance of a relationship, yet they don't realize what it takes to actually be in one. They don't realize that, hey, to be in a relationship, buddy, it takes some work. And it kind of is a mirror. Get it? Mirror? Because I'm doing makeup. I'm so stupid. Okay. Do I look fine? Am I just weird? Maybe I'm just weird. Maybe I'm just not used to it. Maybe I just don't know. So when your inner child comes up, because listen, we all got some sort of attachment. So you can have disorganized attachment. You can have avoidant. You can, bless you. You can have anxious attachment. You can have secure attachment. It really depends on your environment and where you grew up. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's going to affect you, especially when you're starting to feel love and safety from somebody and your inner child is like, what the f is going on? Why am I feeling all of this? What is happening? Why am I feeling this way? I'm sorry. I curse a lot. I should not be cursing. I am so sorry. But I bleep it. Like we're on MTV, okay? Except, does the beep sound for anybody else just sound so aggressive? I guess that's a yes. I'm crazy. I shouldn't do a tint on top of foundation, should I? Should I do it just to piss some people off? Or nobody, because maybe no one cares. But maybe some people do care. I don't know. Multitasking is impossible. As I was kind of saying before, people who kind of say, oh, I'm protecting my peace because I cut off this person who made me feel a little emotionally uncomfy. I'm sorry, those people, I don't have patience. Like, you ended a relationship, someone was genuinely trying to get to know you, and that means parts that you don't even want to know. You know, like, being la-di-do happy, that is so easy to accept from people. It genuinely is. But to accept people's trauma, hurt, and past, and learn about it, and be comfortable with your own, and the fact that a relationship kind of brings up a mirror, like, hello, you know, brings up a mirror and says, hey, you feel love, you feel affection, right? Your inner child is like, hey, your old habits and old self-defenses, they're like, hey. But we don't talk about that. I know nothing though, right? I know nothing, Jon Snow. You know what I'm saying? I found that ironic. And I'm not saying everyone who says I'm protecting my peace is somebody who causes drama. I'm not saying that. I'm not. I'm just saying some people who overuse that and they just say f everybody in a way that's almost like, bro, you're the one who broke up with that one chick last week, Jason. What do you mean protecting your peace? And she was, whole family liked her. You said you were gonna marry her. But because she asked, hey, Jason, why do you shut down during conflict? You say, bye. I just, you know, I don't know if that makes any sense. Could be completely wrong, but, you know, that's just how my brain works. Accountability. Oh, buddy, this topic gets me heated. You have somebody who says they're like healed or whatever. Doesn't even have to say they're healed, but it's the fact that people will do something to you. They could smack the shit out of you, right? They could just say something hurtful, and they're like, well, it's your fault. Like, somehow twist it out on you. It's like, bro, sounds like I'm scared. And they were like, yeah, this girl or guy they were crazy, and they were just delusional. You know, like, they're the ones who talk the most at work, right? And I feel like those usually are the ones who are the most crazy. That's just how I feel. Like, the ones who caused it to happen, and like the other person is like genuinely heartbroken. Like, I feel like those are the people who are like mentally ill. Like, yeah, she was just jealous, or he was just controlling and trying to change me. And it's like, girl, he was trying to make sure you were mentally healthy. I was just, doing what was right for me. She was crazy, but, I announced her the first, him or her, announced them the first week that we were in a relationship. It's like they want the appearances of a relationship, but then when shit gets hard and their inner child starts popping up, they're just like, well, you're actually the crazy one because you're reacting to my disrespect. It's like, homie, what you mean? What? This is a real communication issue. Can we talk about, you're just trying to, you always gotta start something. Excuse me, I guess, damn, that talk the most, especially after like a relationship ending, the more that they make it their public business. I really feel like those, and I'm not saying just telling people what happened. There is a very big difference between talking or airing out dirty laundry versus like, hey, this person did this to me and this is what went on. I feel like that's a big distinction. You decide who is in your life. Yes, absolutely. You decide who gets access to you as a person. However, there's a difference between using it to protect your inner self and, to be like, okay, this person is not giving healthy connection and love that I can healthily receive. So I'm gonna say goodbye. No harm in it. That's detachment in a healthy way, I feel like. But then you have the people who detach because they feel their own emotions resurfacing, or they can't control their own emotions. And so they just say bye because it's so much more easier, because that's a comfort thing. That's a coping mechanism. The distinction of, this person is helping me grow, therefore I'm in an uncomfortable emotional state. And then you just saying, oh, well, my emotions are resurfacing after being suppressed for so many years, and I'm gonna push this person away because I want to be in my bubble. Being uncomfortable is part of healing. You have to kind of learn, paradoxically, to be comfortable with the uncomfortable. Emotional intelligence is a skill. I will say that for the rest of my life. What's that saying? The hill I will die on? That. I will forever say emotional intelligence, empathy, it is a skill that can be learned. To kind of sum everything up, the saying, like, the dose picks the poison? That's kind of what we can choose to do. So, like, you can have too much optimism. You can have too much, is it cynicism? Being too cynical, Or you can be too empathetic. And I don't mean that in like a, you're a crybaby. I'm like, no, sometimes it can be so overwhelming to the point it causes you anxiety. That's when empathy can become, in a way, dangerous, because it starts to affect you. You know what I'm saying? And having too little empathy can kind of, hinder you in life, especially with connection. Do I need lashes? I don't think I want to do lashes. I hate the thought of lash glue on my eyeballs right now. I don't like it. It disgusts me. it just disgusts me. I gotta do my hair. How am I gonna do that? Because I've seen people do with short hair, kind of like buns. But the thing is, my hair is so short. I'm like a bull in a china shop, dude. I just knocked over so much stuff. I'll be fine. It's okay. Do you see how orange my face is compared to my scalp? That's so good, right? I see people doing the 90s updo, which looks so nice, honestly, because messy hair that's intentional, that's so fun. This is a pretty, like, stretchy scrunchie to the point where it's like, you can't use that. But she did a updo. She's like, you want to know the secret to have a 90s updo? And she just tussled it around a little bit and was like, yeah, that's it. I'm like, okay, Miss Anderson, I trust you. I mean, her hair is always, that's a really thick front piece. Oh my God. So I kind of did the spiky updo, the 90s updo. I was not around in the 90s. I wasn't even alive. But yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to kind of talk about so much that it was, I should have done this angle. I love this angle. I should have done it. Kurt Angle? Who's Kurt Angle? Is that a wrestler? That's a wrestler, I think. Thank you so much for sticking through the end and watching this chaotic get ready with me slash, what's the trend? FaceTime call? Is that the trend? But except it's like, white is not really FaceTime call. I want to remind you, I don't have a PhD. I don't have a master's. I don't have a degree. But I just wanted to share something human with you. So, bye!